Okay, guys, once again, another nail-biter. I thought we were going to show you the with 2:36, the goalie pulled.
You thought wrong.
I thought wrong. Okay, Sean, I'm sorry.
Here, let's all lean forward.
Let's all lean forward. Here we go. With 2:36, the goalie pulled a timeout for the Canadiens, and it all came down to this nail-biting final 2 minutes, guys.
It's a really, really good effort by the Bruins at the end. Swayman with a couple of saves, but I thought the defense as a unit, Barry, was more robust than and we've seen it a few times this year, but they got pucks out. Yes, they ended up icing it, wasn't twice, but they nullified one or two of them. But the way that they worked their backsides off, they battled, and again, they got just enough saves. Thing of beauty. And what a third period for this team. And the end of it right here, we were biting nails, holding on.
Yeah, and I really thought that Middlestat Matheson battle out by the blue line really typified it, to your point, Billy. I thought they were much more aggressive than they have been at this point in other hockey games. They were closing gaps. They were relying on each other. They had some layers back in there. Look at how they pitched from the behind, in front of the net to the back. And then, boy, the crowd was counting this down. But how about we talked about in the pregame about this being a playoff-type game. We're sitting here and we're looking up in the rafters, and it is jammed in here.
Leaning forward, everyone watching.
Todd Angeli with both anthems. Everybody's got the goosebumps going.
Towels.
Yeah, it has been a great game, and guess what? The rivalry's back.
But I'll tell you this, before you do your welcome.
Yeah.
It went from, okay, pretty good, best for the Bruins. They were at their best when it mattered most.
Yep.
And that's really important. We're going to definitely break that down. But let's just welcome you guys into Bruins
I thought we were done.
Live.
I thought we were finished.
Well, we were leading.
I was really wanted a good view. Presented by buyatoyota.com. For offers not seen on TV, visit buyatoyota.com. Of course, with Billy and Barry, I'm Sophia, coming to you from our Wasabi Garden studio. And it's still loud, still buzzing in the garden. 4-3 the final, guys. If you are just joining us, you missed a heck of a game. But we're going to go over all of it for you. Let's kind of start, like you said, at the end it got better. The tying goal by Fraser Minten. Nice pass by Hampus Lindholm.
Gorgeous pass.
His 800th game.
This kid is not, he's a kid, but he ain't a kid. The way he comports himself. The Bruins a little scrambly right there, but then nice play by Lindholm. Waits, reads the play. He scans his options. And then he gets the puck up. Fraser Minten is going to come to the middle. I thought he was going to try and dish it down low, but he holds on to it. And coming to the middle allows for big 47, Mark Kastelik, to do just enough of a flyby, Barry, for that half second that it gets the attention of Montembeault right there to have it go through his body. Yeah,
and he does try to make a pass right here, Billy. Watch. He tries to make a pass, but it comes right back to him. And
that's how good he is.
Yes. But what I like, here is a 21-year-old guy. Watch his response. As he turns and he looks up. Oh, hey,
I love it.
Hey, I got a goal. It's like, no kidding, kid, you got a goal. Well done.
I just love the way he handles himself.
Yes.
On and off the ice, so you get to talk to him too. A double-digit goal scorer. Who'd have thought it, right?
No, who would have thought it? We talked about the players with more than 10, 7 for the Bruins. He had 12 heading into this one. That was his 13th of the season. Look at this. Goal leaders among the Bruins this month. Fraser Minten leading the way. The guys with the asterisk score tonight. So Victor Arvidsson also adding to his total in January. But let's hear from Minten, who talked to Razor postgame.
Fraser, Bruins back victory in the third period all season long. Comes against the Montreal Canadiens on a Saturday night. That's as good as it gets. What did you see in the third period?
Yeah, just continued effort from our team, and staying out of the box helped us, and just sticking with it, believing, and got a couple bounces, and I ended up winning.
Huge backhand goal by you, and your line switched up the lines a little bit. Marco did in the third. You did a great job cutting to the middle. You got a second chance at that one after trying to make an initial play.
Yeah, saw Geeks driving. Always a good idea to try to give it to him. But fortunate, it bounced right back to me, and then knew it was going to the net after that.
Did you know Geeks' goals went in?
Yeah, as soon as I saw Geeks skating towards, the shooter always knows, and Geeks knew right away.
Yeah, he could tell. Montembeault knew as well. He put his head down a little bit quickly. Finally, you guys are on a great run right now. 2 huge wins coming off of the Dallas loss at home, especially against the Montreal Canadiens. From your point of view, what do you think you're doing really well right now?
I think just being more resilient as a group. I think maybe early in season we would have been defeated by giving up goals and going down, but just sticking with it, believing, and the results are coming.
Awesome. Enjoy the snow.
Thanks.
Enjoy the snow. Yes, they're going to. It's going to quick turnaround. They're going to New York tonight, but whatever. We're going to focus in on this one. So Fraser Minten scoring, and guys, how did that change the tone? Obviously, they tied up, but there's still a long way to go. But it changes the tone, relaxes everyone a little bit more.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but then you get on the ensuing face-off. You get the power play opportunity. All of a sudden, the momentum just keeps on going.
And let's not forget, that wasn't just the first time they've come back in the game, Soph.
Correct.
That's their third time.
That was the third
so
time,
Montreal's keep looking to extend the lead, and they could never do that, to the Bruins' credit. And they're able to come back. And so late in the game, when you score, and that's later in the game, right? When you score like that, sometimes it's the team who has just given up that lead, even though you're still saying to yourself, it's tied, we're okay. You know it in the back of your mind. You're like, oh, crap, we just gave up a lead late in the game.
Don't you feel it was almost like a complete flip? The beginning of the game,
absolutely,
you could see that Montreal had the speed, and Bruins were a little tentative. Montreal came out that third. They were not same team. They weren't as aggressive. They were a little bit tentative. You and I were saying they're not pushing much, and the Bruins took it to them.
They had a few chances after we talked that. A few. And then the Bruins again re-attacked, just like Fraser said there. The resilience comes through, and to me, the composure of the breakout pass shows that the Bruins are okay mentally down by the goal like there. Lindholm, I think, personifies it there with that beautiful long breakout pass.
Okay, guys, give me a second to set this up. We're going to show 2 Geekie goals. He gets his... we're going to show you the game winner. Okay, so it's time to take a look at our Subaru of New England star of the game. Morgan Geekie, guys, with the game winner here. No one knew it was in. How about him?
Boy, was this a power play specialist game, right? Between Caufield and Geekie.
Look at Pasta. He's looking down. He's going like...
Well, now he is. Yeah. No, he's like, there it is. Yeah. Right there.
Yeah.
Pasta did... Minten was right. Geekie knew it, and watch Montembeault's reaction to it. At first, everybody else... Lindholm looks up like it's out of play. Well, this way. But look at Montembeault. He's like, oh, that's in. And then he tries to pretend maybe it's... If he doesn't look again, Barry, maybe he's like a little kid. If I don't look again, maybe it's not in. Right there. Now, see, look. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look. It's not in. And then right there, Pasta's like, wait, where is it? Geekie comes skating in, demonstrably pointing it. He knew it.
Yeah, and I think the whole thing is as the guys talked upstairs, it hits Evans. And when it hits Evans on that block, it kind of dips and does a knuckleball. But I think what threw everybody else off, as Rick was talking about, Elias Lindholm, who's the closest guy, kind of looks up into the stands, and everybody in the building thought, well, he must know where it is because he's the closest guy.
Including the referees.
Yes.
All 4 of the officials.
And he is our Subaru of New England star of the game. So in his last 3 games, 3 goals, 2 assists, a +1. We were wondering if that game against Dallas was going to get him going, and it sure has. What I wanted to say, and I just want to give out a shout out to Jack Edwards, who's watching, and pointed out that Patrick Kane scored the game-winning goal in the Stanley Cup final winning goal against Philadelphia, and was the only one that knew it went in and went skating around the arena. So Jack's watching. Jack, thanks for that reference. That's what I wanted to do.
Jack's getting ready to go skiing. You know that.
Jack is definitely right.
He probably got off the slopes.
Okay, guys. So it wasn't all smooth sailing, though, for the Boston Bruins. Cole Caufield scoring a hat trick. There were lots of Montreal Canadiens hats on the ice, and 2 from very difficult angles.
Yeah, we talked in the pregame here. The Bruins get caught back in it, Billy. They had plenty of guys back. They had some layers, and you just can't allow Matheson with that much speed. The heady defenseman goes through, and then all of a sudden, this guy takes over with Suzuki on the power play. When you think he's at an impossible angle, he wants it. He looks at it. He thinks, I can get it in.
Not being a smart aleck here, in your time playing, how many times did you see guys regularly score from that angle like we're seeing more and more now in the NHL? Not as many because goalies aren't. They did it differently, right?
Well, a little bit, but also the fact that I think these guys are so much more talented the way they can control the puck on the short side like this. Amazing.
Look, you were a goal scorer, point producer. You can appreciate what he's doing. This guy is special. We know it. There's a lot of talk about should he or shouldn't he have been picked for Team USA. He wasn't for now. He could always be an injury replacement. But his effort and his natural instinct, and he is so strong for not that big of a guy. I talked in pregame about, if you haven't seen on social media, watch it, about how one day he's warming up at practice recently, and he's zipping backhands like he's literally walking into a one-timer. Like, it's unbelievable. He's so strong, and his shooting instinct is sublime. And he's like a Pasternak. I know they're different in the sense that they're both righties, but he is a natural goal scorer, and he is absolutely shining right now in the NHL.
27, 28, 29th goals of the season for Cole Caufield. Okay, Nikita Zadorov did return in the third period. We were all speculating. Of course,
we talked about this. We were so worried at the end of the second. It just looked so bad for the big fellow the way he got in here, and he gets elevated, Billy, and then he comes down. He's trying he's trying to find the ice, and his right leg just lands, and you can see he's in a bit of shock. He's just trying to kind of find himself, like he's talking. Okay, I think when I move, I'm not don't feel good, and we were very concerned. And then they started the third period, and he's sitting on the bench.
Yeah,
what a great sign that was.
And he played, and at times it looked like he was just making sure it was okay out there. As we'll show you his first shift coming up, and then repeatedly or regularly during television timeout, Sophia, he came onto the ice to either keep it loose or to get skate around. So, I mean, have to get helped off like that. Can't put any weight on that right leg after the knee and the leg moved like it did, and then to be back is lucky.
Yeah, and you can see the way that the players are looking at him going down to a situation where everyone's so concerned about him.
Well, he came back, guys, and as you can see, returned for 9 shifts, played 5:23 in the third period. Glad to have him.
Yeah, and as we talked about at the end of the second, he has been a warrior for this team right from the get-go. He's been, to me, and Billy, I've been talking about now with Fraser as well, he's been the most consistent defenseman all year long with, as you had said earlier, talking to him, Billy, his play has improved so much from last year. You can see his confidence level. You can see his ability to close, the physicality. The fans are really enjoying the way he's playing.